Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. The new Wells Fargo Autograph Visa is now available, and I applied for it. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how that went. But first, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you've not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So the new Wells Fargo Autograph Visa now available on the Wells Fargo website. I think it's going to be a very popular card. No annual fee. It's got 3 points per dollar or 3% cash back if you look at it that way on travel, dining, gas and transit, streaming services, cell phone services. So a lot of good stuff going on there. You've got a bonus opportunity of 30,000 points if you spend $1,500 or more in the first 3 months of having the card. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking at this card. Now, I have the old Wells Fargo Propel American Express card, which is very similar to the new Autograph Visa, although the Autograph Visa a little bit better in terms of the features it offers. So when I looked at it, my first inclination was to say, well, you know what, I'm just going to product change from the old Wells Fargo Propel to the new Autograph Visa. I know I won't be able to get the bonus on the new card if I do that, because it will just be a change and not a new application, but I have gotten a lot of new cards in the past, and you know, the cards being so similar, I don't even know if Wells Fargo would consider letting me have the new card unless I product change it. I just got a long rap sheet on my credit report, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I called Wells Fargo after looking online and seeing there was no easy way to make the switch between those cards. Called them up and I said, can I switch? And they said, well, you're gonna have to call back tomorrow. We can't help you with anything like that today. So, being a very impatient person, I thought to myself, how can I get around this? And then I says to myself, I says, you know what you should do? You should just apply for the card. After all, you have that wildly successful YouTube channel. Just give it a shot. Your adoring audience will appreciate the science experiment and will thank you for sacrificing your credit score on their behalf. As you can see, I am a positive self-talker. So that is exactly what I did. Now, my expectations were low because I thought to myself, why would Wells Fargo approve me when I have that old Propel card and I hardly ever use it? In fact, I haven't used it since last September, but it is best not to be defeated before you even try. Although I would say in this case, this is maybe a don't try this at home if you don't have as long of a credit history as I do, and if you don't have as high of a credit score as I have, and also, you know, if you think you're going to get another loan anytime in the near future, because I apply for a lot of credit cards and not everyone should be doing that. So anyway, on to the application. Now, the Wells Fargo Autograph Visa application asks you to sign into your Wells Fargo account if you have other Wells Fargo cards or a Wells Fargo bank account, which I did. Now, I could have, I guess, decided to not sign in and see if maybe I could fool Wells Fargo into not knowing that I had that old Propel card, but since you have to put your social security number and your name and all those other things on there, I figured it was pretty easy for them to know that I had those things. So I signed in, and that actually helped me pre-fill most of the application, which was nice. So with some trepidation, I hit that apply button and that circle started, and it went around and around and around and around and around and around. I don't know that I've ever been in a case where that circle went around this many times while waiting for the answer. It went around and around and around and around and around, and then finally well, would you look at that? Approved, and with a very large credit limit of $28,500, despite the fact that I have a $10,000 credit limit on the old Wells Fargo Propel American Express card. As you can see, or maybe you can't see it that well, it also says that I have access to $11,400 of that credit limit right off the bat. The card itself won't be here for 5 to 7 days, but I was able to put it into a mobile wallet. I put it into the Apple Wallet. It also shows PayPal there, but I think you can also put it in Google or Samsung or whatever other wallet you might have. So there is the ability to use the card through the wallets, but you don't, at least not as far as I could tell, have access to the full credit card number to use it in any other way until the card actually gets to you. Now, usually when I apply for a new credit card, I know immediately what has gone on in terms of which credit bureaus were hit and all that kind of stuff, because I've got like 15 different alert services and I suddenly get all these emails and texts. But today I only got one email from the Chase credit journey saying that there was a new inquiry, although it did not tell me which one of the credit bureaus it was from, and then when I logged into some other things to try to see, I didn't see anything, which makes me think that Wells Fargo probably did a soft inquiry because I was already a Wells Fargo customer, although I don't know that for sure. But when the new account happens, that will kind of give me a hit to my credit score anyway, because every time you open a new account, there's going to be at least a temporary hit. But I don't think on the application itself that I'm going to take a hit there. From other people that I've seen online talk about applying for the card already, Experian was the credit bureau that I saw most often used by Wells Fargo for this card. So anyway, I'm pretty surprised that I was approved, both because I have that old Wells Fargo card that is very similar to this new Wells Fargo card, and the fact that I have a lot of credit cards. I have a lot of new credit cards in the more recent past. If you are a regular viewer of this channel, which you should be, then you might know that I recently was turned down by Chase because I was over their 524 rule, meaning that I had 5 or more new credit cards in the last 2 years. So I have been getting credit cards for a long time at a fairly rapid pace. So I didn't really think that Wells Fargo was going to approve me here. On the other hand, while Wells Fargo is giving me a chance at another bonus on a credit card that is very similar to a card I've already had and got a bonus on, they also might think to themselves that that bonus is going to motivate me to at least use the card for $1,500 of purchases in the first few months, and maybe I will continue on from there. Also, because Wells Fargo has been revamping their credit card line and they've brought in some new credit card executives to try to compete better with the other big banks in the credit card space, it is possible they just want as many cards as possible out there on the street, both for them being used and trying to be profitable, but also so they can say that they have a lot of cards out there on the street when they have to, report their next earnings in 3 months and 6 months and all those sorts of things. They can keep showing those credit card numbers going up in terms of the cards that are in people's hands. So that is possibly in my favor here as well. Anyway, that is what happened. I would love to hear your questions, comments, whatever in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews. We talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you are not going to leave a comment or you're not going to go to the website, watch this video.